Yes, I'm 22. Yes, I'm in Thailand. Yes, this is my hotel room. Yes, this is a gorgeous balcony looking at the beach and looking at the ocean, right? Yes, this is all true. And yes, this is not clickbait. I did achieve this this hotel for free. I did not pay a single dime. And not only that, my flight was also completely free to get from Tokyo to Thailand and back from Thailand back to Tokyo so I can get back home. And so on my Instagram, this is kind of what inspired me to make this video. On my Instagram, which I will have posted right here, and I'll have it linked in the description below, I put up a poll. And I said, hey guys, I'm here for free. I'm 22 years old, young male. This is my first ever international trip ever, right? And if you guys want to know how I achieved this for free, right? Both my flights and my hotels were all for free. The only thing that was out of my pocket were taxes and fees because points don't cover fees, right? So altogether, I'm out $200 in. That's 2 hotels and 4 flights, or two round trip flights, okay? And I put up a poll, and plenty of people said yes. And so here I am dropping this video today. Now, please understand that I believe that if you have actual game, or no matter what it is, you can give it out for free. And I'm gonna do my due diligence. Exactly how I received a lot of game on credit cards and stocks and savings and all this different stuff for free via YouTube and all these different stuff. I'm gonna do that to you guys as well, to whoever is viewing, from people from Instagram, from whoever, people I know, people from work, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that the game is to be told, and if you pick it up, you pick it up. If you don't pick it up, then oh well. I did my job as a messenger, and you know what I'm saying? And all I can do is give you the message once. If you receive, you receive. If you don't receive, oh well, so be it, right? So, to get started, first, I want you to, as you're watching this video, I want you to repeat this, the word abundance. Repeat that word, repeat it in your head, have it ruminate in your head. And if you want, pause the video and look up the word abundance, because a lot of people don't use that word in their regular day-to-day vernacular, and a lot of people don't even really fully knows what it means, right? You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm gonna give you my own personal meaning of what abundance is. Abundance is just simply the opposite of lack. Always having enough. Not having too much, but always having enough that will carry you for your time being of where you are in this life on the 3-dimensional, right? That is what abundance is, right? And of course, like I said, the opposite of abundance is lack, right? So this is gonna be the overarching lesson over the whole video, is abundance over lack. Abundance over lack. Having abundance of your mind will have you abundant in your reality, right? For I don't know if whoever's watching this, I don't know if you're a believer in Christ, if you read the Bible, but in the Bible it speaks on how believers are supposed to be of an abundance mindset, right? This doesn't mean you're gonna be a millionaire. Not everyone's gonna be millionaires. This doesn't mean you're gonna be a business owner, but this means that you could be a McDonald's worker but still be abundant. Know that your bills are covered. Know that you'll still be able to get your lineup. Know that you'll still be able to get your nails done. Know that you'll still be able to get a facial. And even though it doesn't make sense in the physical, you have such an abundant mindset that you know that your God is going to carry you, that you know that yourself, you trust in yourself so much that you are going to be good. That is what abundance is. That is the abundance mindset, and that is the overarching lesson of today. And that you're going to see that by the end of this video, right? So, for a long time, not going to sit here and lie, I had the mindset of lack. Not with everything finance-wise, right? Not with my stocks, not with my savings, not with my income, but I did have the mindset of lack when it comes to vacationing, because as a young man, as a young teenager, I didn't go on many vacations, or the vacations I did go to were only to go down south to see family. You know, we only went out the country once, and I was to the Bahamas. Very grateful for that. It was a great experience, but we never was a big traveling family simply because, you know, the money wasn't there like that, and secondly, they didn't have the knowledge that they have now about credit card points and all these different things, right? So vacationing was a bit of a foreign concept to me, where I did not come from a family that was regularly traveling once a year, twice a year, and doing all these things, right? Like at most, I would go to PA and go to the water park, whatever, and that was perfectly fine with me as a young teenager, right? I apologized to my girl about this a while ago, where she wanted to go on vacation. I kind of just shot down the idea because I'm like, oh, you gotta have a lot of money, you gotta have to do this, you gotta have to do that. Meanwhile, I was operating in the mindset of lack and not in the mindset of abundance, which is what God teaches us to do as young men and young women in Christ, right? I was operating in the mindset of lack. I was not operating in the mindset of abundance. Now, let's fast track now to nowadays. Now, in 2026, me in Thailand in the beginning of May, right? I'm on my second country within 2 weeks, right? I no longer subscribe to the mindset of lack. I no longer am a subscriber of, oh, I can't do this, oh, I can't do that, because there is always a way. When you have the mindset of abundance, there's always a way. And here I'm teaching you this, right? Here is the game. Do you see these cards? These are the Amex Gold and the Amex Platinum, right? I have other cards such as this, right? Those aren't even the main cards that cause me to get these hotels and these flights for free. But you see those cards? This is what affords me to be able to live, to be able to stay here for free, to be able to just move carefree and in abundance, and just chill and be in a nice, beautiful hotel with a balcony looking over the ocean, right? Credit cards, right? A lot of people demonize credit cards as if they're evil, as if, oh my God, it's the devil. Don't touch it, it's bad. When it's like, that's you operating in the mindset of lack. That is you operating in the mindset of ignorance, right? We all have to understand that credit cards are a tool. The rich use the credit cards as a tool, right? The rich think in abundance. That's why they have so much money. That's why they have all these incomes and all these business. When you think in abundance, you attract abundance. And this is what I attract. Vacations, trips for free. Staying in a beautiful hotel with top 5 service for free. These credit cards are willing to give you hundreds of thousands of points worth thousands of dollars for free. Because guess what? Understand that we can always complain about, oh, the financial system is rigged and this and that and blah, 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 to struggle in America and blah, 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 blah. It's either you could be a victim or you can learn how to play the game. Because the game is going to be there regardless, but you have to learn how to play it. Because yeah, I know that when I use a credit card, I know that I'm paying a slightly higher amount than if I was to pay cash. But guess what? That slightly higher amount don't mean absolutely nada when literally I'm able to travel here for free. Let me do the math for you, right? I flew from Newark, New Jersey to Tokyo. Stayed at a nice hotel in Tokyo for 7 days or 6 days, and I flew from Tokyo to Thailand, and I'm staying in this Marriott Pattaya resort and spa for 5 days or something like that, and then I'm flying back to Tokyo to then fly back to Newark, right? You add the math, right? This is not including any food, this is not including any shopping, which I did a lot of shopping and I ate a lot of food. Overall expenses total over $4,000. And I'm only out of pocket for about $200. You gotta take in the game, because guess what, bro? It's either you're gonna get effed by the game or you're gonna learn how to play it. You're gonna learn how to play it and you're gonna become a player. Are you gonna complain about the final boss, or are you gonna whoop it, or are you gonna learn its strategies? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get passionate because, like, some of y'all people make me sick, bro. Y'all complain about the game instead of just learning how to work it to your advantage and thinking in abundance and stop thinking in lack. Like, oh, I can't do this. The game, racism, blah, blah, blah. Man, F all that, bro. F all of that. But let me calm down. Let me get back to the topic, right? So first, the number one step in the credit card game is first, financial responsibility. Right, I'm gonna make a separate video on that because a lot of you guys lack that, right? Because you can't even get started on the credit card game without financial responsibility. And what is financial responsibility? When you spend money, you have the money to take care of that. You have the money afterwards to take care of your rent, your bills, your child, your family, all these different things, right? You can go ahead and buy the nice shoes and you can still pay rent and still have money to save and put in the stock market. That's step number one, right? So any money I spend on my credit card, I spend it as if it's my debit card. I pay it back each and every single time. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I forget my credit card bill and I miss it by 2 days, unfortunately, but guess what? After those 2 days, bam, I pay it, bam, easy. I paid a $40 late fee. Unfortunately, like literally just now, I forgot to pay my Amex Platinum because I'm on vacation brain. I'm not thinking, right? I haven't traded stocks since I left the States. So guess what? I forgot my credit card bill, but guess what? Paid. Unfortunately, I gotta eat the $40 late fee. So be it. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. Pay your bills on time every single month. Don't spend money that is not yours. If you cannot afford the shoes, delay the gratification. And that leads me to the next one, delayed gratification. You don't need to take that vacation right now. You don't need those shoes right now. You don't need that dress right now. Do you really need the boho knotless braids? Do you really need to spend $400 to get your hair dyed? You know what I'm saying? Do you really need the $300 spa treatment? Do you really need that new game console that's $600? Do you really need it? Do you really need to spend $1,000 on your tattoo right now? Right? This is the stuff to ask yourself, right? Or is it worth it to delay the gratification so you could remain financially responsible? So then you can afford the things that make sense in life. So you can pay your bills. So you can do all these nice things carefree, because you don't want to be worried about all these financial woes and worries, because guess what? Money is fake. All this shit is fake. It's fake. It's energy. All this stuff comes back. All of it comes back, and when you learn how to play the game, bam, it just flows in and out, flows in and out. It's meant to be flowed in and out. It's not meant for you to just store. It's meant for you to flow. Pay your bills, pay your rent, take care of your kids, take care of your family, take care of your mom, take care of your dad, take care of your grandmother, whatever, your brothers or sisters. Take care of the homeless. Take care of the needy. Help the moms that need help, right? So understand that. Financial responsibility, delayed gratification. And then now we can get into the credit cards. Once you know how to take care of your financial responsibilities, you're able to stay responsible. You have a little money left in your pocket. You grew in your skills, right? You're making more money, all these different things. Now you can move into the credit card game. So let me give you some game, right? This is the big boy, right? This right here. This is the big boy. This is the Amex Platinum in the mirror finish, right? This is the big boy, right? Of course, if you are just getting started in the game, I would never touch that. I would at least wait for another 2 years until you're really in the game to really understand it, to then hop on this card. Also, though, you got to be a pretty decently sized spender, because now the spending requirement to get the bonus is $12,000. When I got in, it was $8,000. So you got to spend $12,000 in 6 months. So, you do you know what I'm saying? But yeah. But this card right here, I applied for it back maybe a year ago. At first, I wasn't thinking about keeping the card, but then I saw how much it fit my lifestyle. It was a no-brainer, right? All the benefits and all that stuff, but I don't even want to touch on that because that's a whole nother video in itself, right? The bonus they gave me was 150,000 points as long as I spend $8,000 in 6 months, right? So this is the game. I have all these credit cards. I have about maybe 10 credit cards in my name, right? Or 8 or 9, something like that in my name. I put all those credit cards to the side. Of course, any recurring bills, I pay those bills on those cards. I don't change the bills to that card. That's too much work. What I do is all my everyday spend, all my food spend, all my grocery spend, all my pleasure spends, everything of that nature goes directly on that card until the $8,000 is done, right? Same thing with the gold card. The gold card, they gave me, I think, 80,000 points. And I think it was spend 6,000 in 6 months or 6,000 in 3 months. And literally what I did was every other card gets put on the back burner, and this is the main spender. Food, groceries, gas, electric, whatever, it does not matter. Tap, 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 tap until you hit that goal. And then bam, all of a sudden, your bonus comes in, bam, 150,000, bam, 100,000, bam, 70,000. And you gotta understand this. You never, ever wanna transfer your points to cash. Never do that nonsense. That is absolute bullshit. That is absolutely the worst way you could use your points. You use it to transfer to hotels. You use it to transfer to airlines. You use it through the travel portals. You never transfer to a gift card. You never transfer to cash. That is the worst way to use your points, right? Before this trip, I had over 300,000 Amex points. And guess what? That 300,000 points, that's worth minimum $3,000 in travel. That's worth minimum $3,000 in travel, right? And I used about 80,000-ish points, something like that, to help top off for the Marriott so I can get this crib for free. I'm telling you, this is the game, man. But first, you gotta remember, you gotta have financial responsibility and get your credit score up, man. You know what I'm saying? So start off with a secured card and build your way up. Don't compare yourself to others and try to get the big boy credit cards before you can afford it and then not hit the bonus, because guess what? The bonus is the major part, the major key role into the free travels. Right now, I'm gonna show you the ad right now. I'm already eyeing the Chase Sapphire Reserve, right? I'm most likely gonna open the card and then close it within a year because I looked at the benefits. It doesn't really match my lifestyle that much. But look at the bonus, 150,000 points. I think it spends $6,000 in 3 months, which I could definitely do as long as I hustle and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And give that card my utmost attention. Bam. Let me teach you something. I have this card right here. This is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is the card that got the most usage to get all my shit for free for this travel. I didn't even have 150K Chase points. I had about 125, 130. This card alone is what got me both of my plane tickets for free and got and was able to help top off one of my the hotel for the Tokyo in Tokyo, the Moxie Tokyo. Understand that, understand that, really fully understand that. Just this one card did majority of the work, and guess what? And guess what? I did that with less than 150K. The card that I'm looking at applying for is 150K. That's another 2-week trip that I can do for next year. That's another one. This is an infinite cycle. Because guess what? But you can't do this without having the abundance mindset. Cut that lack shit out, bro. You can do whatever you want to do, man. Just once you get the idea, you press forward, man. Let this be your video. Let this be the video that wakes you up. Get you out of this lack, man. Push that shit to the side, man. Push that concert shit to the side, bruh. Push that basketball game to the side, man. What do you really want to do, man? You want to go on a trip or you want to go to a basketball game? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you really want to do? And then do you want to go to that basketball game and then start financially hurting? Or do you want to chill and delay that shit and then finally get the basketball game and to where you can afford it and you chilling? Or you can get that shit off of points too. Because guess what? Points is not just for flights and hotels. You can use it for concerts. You can use it for basketball games. You can use it for football games. There's so much game in this shit, bro. I've literally used points to get gold. And because, like I said, gold jewelry, all it does is appreciate, and I know how to get my gold jewelry on a deal. All this gold, I've made money on it. So I'm telling you, man, this is the game, bro. This is the game, man. Get your financial responsibility, man. Just these 3 cards alone was able to get me about $5,000 in free travel. No, over $5,000, man. Understand, man. Understand this, man. But let me pause and let me come to a close. Right? Adopt the mentality of abundance. Cut out lack out of your mind. Cut out I can't, because guess what? I could have had this opportunity 2 years ago. I could have had this opportunity. I could have been here 2 years ago. But I had the lack mindset cut me out of this ability for 2 years until I finally saw and realized, hold on, I have all these points worth $5,000-$6,000 worth, and I'm not using them because I'm just scared. Scared of what? I don't know. But once I adopted the abundance mentality, I was able to finally utilize my points, and look at what I'm doing right now. I'm traveling the world with my bro. He didn't have to pay a dime for none of this shit, man, other than his own flights. The hotels was covered. You know what I'm saying? I'm not charging up a dime, bro, because we bros. Simple. And all because I adopted the abundance mentality. And of course, I'm financially responsible and I pay my bills on time. That is the game, man. If you guys want me to break down exactly what cards to go for as a newbie, and then as you go into intermediate and then into master, because in my opinion, these are master cards. I wouldn't touch these. If you're a noob, I wouldn't touch these for at least 2 years, right? Until you actually know how to really work and whip the game into your domination, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you want me to talk about that, please let me know in the comments below, man. And also, follow me on Instagram, man. Help me with more video ideas, man. I shall see y'all in the next video.